Welcome to Hustle and Faith. This podcast is dedicated to helping you find your trail to a happier, healthier you by discussing topics regarding Christianity, health and wellness, beauty, and so much more. I'm your host, Tasha Johnson. This is episode 124. How do you change your perspective about your job? So one of my friends was sharing some issues that she was experiencing on her job, and I listened and let her vent because she was where I used to be. She wanted to do a good job, but she was surrounded by so many idiots that just wouldn't let her be great. I explained to her that it's good to have passion for your work, but that passion is misplaced at most 9-to-5 jobs. You can't expect a job to bring you the happiness that you're seeking. You need to view that job as a means to an end. It funds your life, but it's not your life. In other words, again, it helps to fund your real purpose in life. And many times we confuse our job with our purpose in life. And oftentimes that simply is just not the case. And so I helped guide my friend towards various avenues that could be her purpose and how she could go about accomplishing them outside of her 9-to-5 job. And so I'm happy to report I have received so many text messages from my friend. And I could just tell her entire demeanor has changed. And her conversation is one that I've had with several people. Okay. So I don't know, maybe I'm the career job whisperer or something, but I really do enjoy having these types of conversations because I've been there. Again, at the beginning of our conversation, she was so upset and felt defeated, but towards the end, she was so happy and couldn't stop thanking me. And I've gotten several text messages since then. It was like a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. Our conversation got me thinking how easy it is for us to misplace our passion. For example, many people put faith in corporations who most of the times are being led by idiots. They get to the top by nepotism, through their connections, or their willingness to lie, cheat, and steal. Yet, these people still manage to acquire leadership roles, even though they aren't qualified to run a business. And this is why many businesses end up shutting down or get acquired. I've seen this happen time and time again, and in my own life as well as others. Placing our faith in a corporation will bring nothing but disappointment. Corporations do not have your best interests at heart. Our job can literally be here today and gone tomorrow. And this is why I will never work myself to death for a company. Now, let me be clear. I am in no way, shape, or form advocating that you should be a slacker. Okay, that's totally not me. And yeah, that's definitely not what I'm advocating. Okay. But what I'm saying is that you need to have a balance in life. I work hard and I play just as hard. So regardless of whether it be my 9-to-5 job or one of my many side hustles, playing sports, etc., I give it 110%. Okay. I'm really competitive and I'm a really hard worker. I absolutely hate slackers and procrastinators. And if you give me a project, I'll have it done 3 days before it's due. Why? Because I've always been this way and because that's just how I was raised. I was raised to take pride and ownership in my work. And my mom would always remind us, you're working for God, not people. Christ as your reward, not the idiots who think that they're your boss. And that's Colossians 3:23 and 24. So early on in my career, I was incredibly naive and forgot the aforementioned advice that my mom shared with me. And I was expecting praises from my bosses and was left feeling confused when I didn't get that promotion or the raise that I was expecting. And here's the thing. I've had the unfortunate pleasure of working for managers that are, shall we say, a couple fries short of a Happy Meal. Instead of motivating you to succeed, they would do everything in their power to keep you down. They enjoyed placing additional mental or physical obstacles in your path. And so I learned the hard way to focus on pleasing Christ. not the idiots who think that they're my boss. So much of our time is spent trying to please someone who doesn't like themselves, or they're just as dumb as a box of rocks. And so I remember talking to my mom about this same issue that I talked to my friend about. And so again, being naive, I didn't understand what my mom meant when she said that we set ourselves up for failure when we try to please someone who doesn't like themselves. I totally get this now. That person has seriously deep-rooted personal problems. And so when you work for someone like this, the only thing you can do is watch your back and do your job to the best of your ability. In this situation, the praises and raises will definitely have to come from Christ. And so I'm here to testify that they definitely did for me. My conversation with my friend also got me thinking about how insecure and dumb people can be. I later learned that some of those managers that were causing me so much unnecessary grief were just jealous of me. Despite the fact that I was reporting into them, they were making way more money than me too. Quite frankly, more than what they deserved, okay? But they were still jealous of me. And so it turned out, I'd find out through other people or whatever, but it turned out that they feared me surpassing them. And thanks to my mom's guidance and constantly pushing me, this is exactly what I did. I surpassed all of those worthless managers. They tried everything in their power to hold me back. They had become complacent and wanted me to do the same. They took their frustration out on me when I refused to behave like them. And so oftentimes my achievements served as a reminder of that person's shortcomings in life. And so remember, you may be working in a less than ideal environment physically, but that shouldn't be the case mentally. Take time out to take new classes and learn skills. Listen to others who created their own opportunities. And shameless plug here, check out my other podcast called Starring You, which is where I provide career and business advice and interview inspiring entrepreneurs and side hustlers that will without a doubt motivate you to do the same. So even if you're not able to demonstrate those skills on your 9-to-5 job, take comfort in knowing that you're working for Christ. And once you discover your talents, if you stay in faith and consistently work towards developing your talent, you will eventually get the opportunity to shoot your shot. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to take the How Well-Rounded Are You in Life quiz and check out Starring You, our new fitness apparel shop. If you enjoy Hustle and Faith's content, please consider becoming a supporter by donating, purchasing a Hustle and Faith journal, or an item from Starring You crew in order to help offset the cost of producing this show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook and Pinterest. And remember, if you're everything to everyone, then you risk being no one. You never know who you will inspire. See you in the next episode.